Patrick Chanley at ptlarts.com. Inspire, reveal, connect. Reveal, inspire, connect. So today I'm talking about connect. So broadly, like connect, you connect things to make them work, don't you? So if you want the computer to work, then you probably have to connect it to some power, etc., etc. So broadly, that's what connect is, isn't it? So like it becomes quite a broad subject as far as art goes, but I'm just going to talk about persons and selling. So selling artwork online. So there are many ways to connect with the people that are going to become attracted to your artwork. In fact, probably many more than you might think. I'm going to show you how I, in 5 years, have gone from having never painted a picture in my life, well, since I was a tiny tot, well, maybe 8 or 9, perhaps. Oh, okay, I did some weird stuff in my bedroom when I was stoned in the 70s. I think it's called high these days, isn't it? Yes, doodles with splash paint, and I used black gloss paint as the background. My mum was lovely about it, and did really like the fact that I was like kind of being creative. My dad was a little less pleased, and it returned to haunt me as I was pressed getting to sort it out many years later. And that was quite a job. So I painted the ceiling as well. On the ceiling, I painted I had this thing about like if you draw like squares and they go to a small middle, it's like you're disappearing in the middle, but I kind of painted it a bit wrong. So when you looked at it, it sort of made you feel a bit sick, actually. So, yeah, I had to get rid of that as well. And that was all done with black gloss. Anyway, I'm selling paintings on a fairly regular basis, not as regular as I would like, and that's why I'm talking to you now, because I want to sell them online. I have sold some online, but it's sort of more as much luck as anything as judgment, to be honest. And now I'm just trying to sort that approach out. Are you watching this video because you too have a whole load of interesting work that you want to sell and don't know how? Go on, let me know in the comments. First thing I did was put a snap of one of my pieces on Facebook, and amazingly a friend said they wanted to buy it. I resisted the temptation to give it to them. First point is make sure you want to sell them. Let me tell you that your work is good enough. Actually, I don't even have to see it, because chances are it's far better piece of work, or it's far better work than you think it is. There is clue number 2. Fortunately for me, I did sell that piece of work, and many more since. Partly this has happened because, to start with, it didn't really matter too much to me, which is another point. When I see the faces of people that really connect with my work, holding a painting in their hands that they love, it is incredible. And so that's what's kept me going. One of the things that's kept me going. Now, for me, actually, if people did or didn't buy my paintings, which I have periods where they don't, like especially after Christmas, a few people bought my paintings and stuff before Christmas. In fact, year on year, it was a lot better than it was in year one. In year one of my business, I managed to break even. In other words, I covered all my costs and stuff. I'm not in a position where I would go starving necessarily, but again, actually, I'm not in a position where I can do what I like. Spend money as I like. I can't. I have to live quite frugally, which, as it happens, I don't mind too much. Personally, it doesn't worry me too much. So when I see the faces, it's incredible. Now, for me, if people did it, it's like it's the value that your work creates for someone else that is the issue. You know, that's the driving point, the motivation. So it's the value that you're creating for others helps you build your business. So people want to give you money for your work. In fact, they're really pleased to give you money for your work. You're not taking anything, it's an exchange. And it's quite a mindset to get your head around. And so people have asked me, how do I price my work? Well, to start with, I looked at other artists, online, offline, wherever, what they sell their stuff for. You know, the size of it tends to, with paintings, it's quite often about the size, how big it is, actually makes a difference in the price. But I started to see what they sold their stuff for and used that, engaged it around that. Now, of course, I didn't go into like the middle of London in the top galleries and look at the prices there and price them in that way. Of course, I could have done, but the chances are I still wouldn't have sold any. However, there's lots of artists online, offline that sell work. Either, you know, how frequently we don't know. Often don't know, do we? But that's how you can gauge it. It can be a strength to say that you are not from the system, i.e. I can say I'm not from the system. Also, I've got a story. My story starts with a heart attack, and then I started painting, which is sort of kind of got miraculous. It's kind of miraculous. Well, it is kind of miraculous, but it isn't a miracle. I started to paint after I had a heart attack because I wanted to. I just felt this desire to paint. So, and it's gone from there really. I just found, oh, I unlocked, it's like I kind of unlocked this desire. So that's, my story starts with that though. And then of course, my story, there's a lot more to it because I've got a whole life history. And there we go for another important point about how you can sell your work. It's your life that is important. Everything in your life is a way to connect with other people. All of the stories, the things you've had, like my little story at the beginning of this about, you know, I grew up in the 1960s and it's a very different world that we live in. So, you know, I just completely love all of the technology that we've got now. It allows me to do what I'm doing now. If I'd started painting 30 years ago when I first was like becoming a father and getting married, chances are I would have done some painting and never thought about being able to do it now. So, you know, wouldn't have even thought about it, if you get my drift. So you're actually already painting and making art. You're watching this because you want to sell artwork online. So I could say many things about this or offer advice, but the truth is getting to sell artwork online is new to me, and the way I'm moving towards it, I am moving towards it, and it's not magic. You can do this journey as well. Even if you have limited time, if you've got artwork, then it's just a case of starting to sit down and spending, even if it's an hour or two a week, just figuring, starting to say, oh, well, actually, what could I do with this? Where could I do, you know, rather put it up on the wall, put it somewhere where you treat it with respect, not on the floor, not hidden behind cupboards, not hidden in behind beds or, you know, whatever it is in the garage. Get it out, stick it on the wall and check it out. And that one will, if I find it's really important to put your work up at eye level so that you can really connect with it. And connect with the feelings inside. You know, if the feelings are, oh, God, that's embarrassing, I want to take it down. what's this embarrassing thing? You know, what's it about? It will just start the whole journey off again, and that's tied into whether you can sell it or not, isn't it? So you can do this journey, even if you've got limited time, just begin to think about it. If you have thought about it already, then have a look at some of my other videos that shows some of the journey that I've started, and then subscribe to my YouTube channel or join my shop if you think you can do with some help. I intend to just share my successes and failures all to see. I want to sell my paintings. I'm not selling any information on these videos. I just want to share everything that's happening to me because I think it's completely fantastic, really amazing. And I want you to feel amazing about what you do too. It's as simple as that. That's the greatest, give me the greatest satisfaction of just one person listens to what I'm saying and they're encouraged to do something about their arts practice. So there you go. Thank you very much. So thumbs up or down, whatever, comments below. I'm going to carry on doing them anyway. Lovely to speak to you. Peace and love. And speak to you on the next video.